Hello there, my name's Chris Dangerfield and welcome to my channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please think about doing so, because at the moment my subscriber count is rising like the flaccid, impotent penis of an old man watching BBC's Miranda on a black and white television in a submarine. I've got something really quite grotesque for you today. Do you remember a time when students were considered quite clever people, quite intelligent, engaging, exciting, the sort of people that we wanted in our culture and our society? And we know that the social justice agenda has totally infected the American campus situation. Well, it's over here as well now, and it's quite hideous. I mean, it's like Night of the Living Dead listening to these people as they continue to trot out the same tired, progressive mantra. They're obsessed with it. It's got hold of everything. I would not advise people go to university now. With the internet, you can access all this information. You can access people who you can talk to, engage with, without the whole kind of progressive nonsense which seems to cling to everything they say, like the shit of the bull that clings to the wheel of the cart that rides these fools into intellectual oblivion. This is Goldsmiths University, once considered one of the greatest of the English institutions, especially for the arts. You can see what we're going to look at here. Listen to what they say. I'm going to have a good look because it sounds good at first hearing, or, it's kind of convincing, but it's just filler, it's nonsense, it's mantra, it's progressive obsessed, but also completely self-obsessed. These people know they are clients. They are demanding they are looked after. It's the worst thing to happen to education in my lifetime. Let's have a listen.
My name's Ibrahim. I study economics, politics and public policy here at Goldsmiths. I like parts of my course, particularly the international relations aspect of it, because it deals with a lot of critical perspectives and also talks about a lot about the global south and brings all
the global south
authors from there. The economics aspect, and also
what is he talking about, like Australia? What, Ecuador? What do you reckon?
Part of the policy module, particularly one module we do about modern political theory, which talks about political philosophy, are solely based on dead old white men.
Right, the fact that they're dead means nothing. This is historical. The fact that they're old, well, are they old and dead, one or the other? White, is that a critique that they're white? Oh, sorry about that. Apologies.
Like Locke, Kant.
See, the thing is about these freaks, they want it both ways. They want to tell you that the white patriarchy has dominated culture, has dominated society, has dominated literature. But then when they want to study the literature and history, they want to tell you that it's full of other things. I mean, surely it's one or the other.
Hobbes, and never really talk about some of the critical perspectives of this, but also those they've taken from previous centuries.
Just vague. They don't talk about previous centuries.
Previous centuries.
That's their opening gambit. That load of bollocks where he dropped in dead old white men. That's their opener. Yeah, let's hit in hard. What did he say? What did he say of importance? Fuck all.
I have 4 different modules, and there's one of them that is fantastic, and the group discussions are always really, really good. And
oh, good. I like COD.
Really kind of in-depth and varied. But in my other ones, it's not like that at all. I've had people make comments we were talking about cultural appropriation and about...
you're not allowed to have dreadlocks unless you're a black person. That kind of important bullshit.
They kind of said, well, why can't Miley Cyrus do what she wants when there are black girls that sing in American accents? And it's comments like that just seem so ridiculous and would never... I didn't think that's the kind of thing I'd be encountering at university.
Oh, what? Opinions that aren't your own? What? I don't understand what the point is. You didn't think you'd be encountering things that aren't your own ideas. Why not? That's exactly what you should be encountering at university. You don't like it? Cool. Challenge it. Don't ask to be protected from it.
And some girl as well made some stupid comment about Koreans eating dog. And it's just things like that you just kind of throw the whole class back a few steps, and it's...
Oh yeah. When someone says that Koreans eat dogs, that surely you know, completely ripped out of context, I'm sure that throws the whole class back a few steps.
It just doesn't seem like it's like this. I imagine there are people that don't feel like that's a safe space to be in and a safe space to like voice their opinions. And
fuck you! What are you? How did you get onto that? It doesn't feel like a safe space to voice your opinions. What? You've already criticised 2 people saying you didn't expect to encounter them. Safe space to voice your opinions. What's going to happen? Are there guns in there?
they're being confronted with things that are so limited as a starting point that like there's no point you can even get to. It's I don't know. It just seems kind of like reductive almost.
I think
just gibber.
in across all 4 modules, there's only one black minority ethnic academic.
So what? What do you want? Do you just want one of every person, every type of person on the planet? A black man, a yellow man, a short man, a tall man, a woman, 2 lesbians, a trans person, someone with 1 leg, someone with 3 legs, a mutant. Let's just make sure Why? What has that got to do with anything? None of these people will talk about a diversity of political opinion. It's all fucking skin colour, sexuality, and the usual nonsense that the rest of us moved beyond decades ago.
And even he gets studied in quite a small sort of like within. It's covered within 1, maybe 2 lectures in one of the modules.
So you go on and follow it up if that's what you're interested in. How much time do you think these lecturers have got to pander to each and every whim of you progressive pricks?
It's not very. It's quite a Eurocentric program in that there's no real variation in the different types of academics. It's sort of very...
No, different types of academics. He doesn't mean different types of academics. What, you mean like ones that stand on their heads? No, you mean different colours of academics.
It's a very singular perspective to be looking at such a broad range of topics from.
In terms of...
Completely vague, mentioned none, gave no examples. I have heard what I must repeat.
When we study the theories that are Eurocentric at their core...
Just classic student fodder. At their core means nothing. The sentence meant exactly the same, but you add that to give you the air of intelligence. Oh, I use words.
We do the option to say, oh, this is just from one point of view, isn't said or isn't acknowledged,
No, because it's fucking obvious. You don't need to say that. When they're giving you a theory, a political, economic, philosophical theory, that is obviously from one point of view. You don't need to say that. It's like saying the air is air.
I guess is the same with most Eurocentric modules being taught. Because you get this idea that specifically in Western universities is that, well, it's not just Western universities, because the idea of a Westernized university is global now. So you can walk into any room studying such and such, like psychology or whatever, and you'd study the same Eurocentric ideals and theories or whatever.
Yeah, but you've already been telling us that these people dominated education, history, etc. You said that. You said there's a patriarchy. You said that the white man has dominated it. So when you're studying the history of it, it would surely tend to be of that origin, no?
Wherever you go in the world now, but specifically in universities in the global north.
This is their new one, isn't it? This has come up a lot. The global north and the global south. Oh, what are you talking about? Tasmania? New Zealand? Yeah? No, you're not, are you?
The idea that other perspectives might have more alternative ideas or theories that wouldn't be as considered as
wouldn't be as considered as
good isn't
this is what it comes down to.
Acknowledged within the curriculum especially.
I had to wait until
Just gibber.
the 3rd year in order to do post-colonial studies, which in the first time we do a bit of African literature. So we did Achebe and Ngugi.
Oh, right. That won't be enough, though, will it, for you?
Achebe is Nigerian and Ngugi is Kenyan. I'm not from either of those countries, but...
Oh my God, I do apologise. Maybe we can see if we can find some theories that were written in your hometown, perhaps by your mother. And what about the other 300 people in your year? Can we cover theories that come from every single one of their person's hometown? But they have to make selections. It comes down to a question of significance.
But the most diverse that we've done.
Students.
She doesn't even mean diverse. She means different skin colour of the author, for fuck's sake.
Like BME students who are at university now, seeing professors who they can relate to, being taught writers and academics who they can relate to, so they say, yeah,
Relate to? You mean people with the same colour skin?
yeah, okay, this is a place that I can be in. Because when you're just learning from white academics,
Oh, those horrible white academics. Fuck them.
almost subconsciously, I think white and black students will subconsciously equate like intelligence and academia with whiteness.
Yeah, if you're fucking stupid, you will. Because if the theory you're being taught is a load of bullshit, does it matter the colour of the skin of the person? You call it out because you base your analysis on the subject, not the fucking person speaking it. You dozy twit. You're going to walk out of that university with a degree and you can't even analyse something because the colour of the person's skin has thrown you. Jesus Christ!
And if you're black and you're in an elite educational institution, you're almost imposing, or you're an exception to the rule. You're allowed to be in that space, but it's not really yours.
What the fuck are you talking about? This is Goldsmiths University, a predominantly white country, and we have not seen one white person on this fucking video yet. Jesus!
We've had one module, which is a non-Western thought module, and that has even that in itself, I don't think has like the literature isn't like sort of appreciated in a sense. It's highly applicable to.
So they had a module covering what he wanted, but they didn't appreciate the literature. Who? Who can you talk for? What, the rest of your class? Or the lecturers? Or lecturer? Who? Wasn't appreciated? What kind of bullshit value judgment is this? You're just looking for things to hang your fucking ridiculous narrative on.
Different like modules, but the literature just isn't appreciated, and it's just been reduced to sort of like a non-Western thought module.
What the fuck did he say? Hasn't been appreciated.
It's highly applicable to different like modules, but the literature just isn't appreciated, and it's just been reduced to sort of like a non-Western thought module.
My education since
It's been reduced to a non-Western thought module. No, that's what it is. Can't keep them happy. You can't. They will never be happy. They will continue. Social justice is nothing but a power grab. It's all it is. And you will never keep them happy. They want more, more, more. Fuck me, man. Do these people come across like zombies to you?
the age of 4 has been pretty whitewashed and been very
Fucking whitewashed. Did she say since the age? Let's listen to that
A
again.
non-Western thought module.
my education since the age of 4 has been pretty whitewashed.
Yeah, I wonder where you were studying. Was it a predominantly white country? Would that be so strange? Because you're the same person will tell me that the white patriarchy has dominated history.
And being very, very heteronormative.
Yes, because that heterosexuality makes up the majority, the huge majority of the population.
A very male dominant, and you know, like coming to uni, it was just kind of the thing to do, and now
Well, you should have fucking thought about it.
now I'm in my third year, I can realize, okay, this is what I came to do, this is what I'm interested in, this is my field of study. I can see myself in my work I can see myself in the work that I'm studying, which I know it's cliche, but I think it really is. Like, if you see yourself in something you're doing, it really proves that you can do it too.
What the fuck does she mean? If you see yourself in what you're studying, it proves that you can do it. What does that mean? Does she literally mean she needs someone with her sexuality her gender, her skin colour, her background to be teaching her before she can see that she can do it? What is that bigotry of low expectations bullshit?
I think there's a great importance in students' background being reflected in what they study, in that.
Same again. Yeah, well, let's cater for every single one of you then. Sure, let's give out forms to all the students. Let's have it. Let's have your age, race, sexual identity, class, political bias, and we'll see if we can get personal tutors for each and every one of you. Fuck what you're talking about. We need to address the fucking identity of this fucking lecturer. You cunts.
It affects them.
They're obsessed with identity politics. It has swallowed everything and it has left all of them looking like this dozy fucker. Christ. Bah.
It affects them in academia and also like afterwards. Particularly when you find out there's only 85 black professors, and that's black, meaning the whole encompassing, like BME, so black minority and ethnic professors, out of a total of like 18,000 plus.
Yeah, I'd love to see where you got your bullshit statistics from, but even so, the fact that there may be 85 proves that there is no blocks in the way. Maybe they're not making those fucking choices in a predominantly white culture.
And I think that's born out of not relating that well to their lecturers, but also born out of the fact that their own sort of.
Have you noticed how none of these people are articulate? They can't just tell you what they're thinking. It's all like because they've got it in their head, running round on a loop, and they just try and add the variables for whatever situation they're in to make it almost relevant.
Backgrounds on all their own backgrounds, and also like whether sexual orientation, religion, etc.
He just said it. Background, sexual orientation, religion. Oh, he's talking about of the fucking lecturers. Nothing to do with the subject. You people are insane. Jesus. What the fuck's happened there?
Professors out of a total of like 18,000 plus. And I think that's born out of...
I'm having all sorts of problems.
Relating that well to their lecturers, but also born out of the fact that their own sort of backgrounds, on all their own backgrounds, and also like whether sexual orientation, religion, etc., isn't reflected.
Just keep churning this nonsense out. You people are obsessed.
In their curriculums.
There's a huge importance in seeing a representation of female Arab scholars.
Oh, and there we go again. Now it has to be a female Arab she wants. You know what? Does she have to have a big fucking hook nose as well? And sunglasses on the top of her head? For fuck's sake, what about the subject?
In post-colonial studies, especially because I'm interested in it. And
oh yeah, hit the nail on the head. Especially because I'm interested in it. I want to see a mirror when I go into my class, and if I don't, I'm going to complain. You spoiled fucking bastards.
I would love to see myself.
She just said it. I would love to see myself. Why, you narcissistic arsewipe?
In that spectrum of study, hopefully one day. But unless I see actually representation from other scholars that are present right now, I don't see how that can be viable, and I don't see how that can be.
Well, you don't see how that can be viable. Do you know how many sexual identities and gender identities, races there are? Religions, classes, creeds. How are we going to keep everyone happy? You know what? Just teach your fucking self.
Possible.
And to have one 10-week term of learning about race and racism, that's a good course, but I think that needs to be, what's the word? It needs to be at the forefront.
Oh, I see. So your 10-week course in race and racism has to be at the forefront. What does that even mean? Has to be at the what? You want it at the first lecture of the year? Or you want it in bigger letters on your timetable? Or do you just want to draw more and more attention to race like you fuckers just... You're breeding your own enemy.
It's quite subjective.
Oh, is it really? What, education?
So it's basically up to the person, like the individual. So if you're white, it's how you're raised, so I guess that's what's going to be reflecting in your work.
What have they done to these fucking kids? Where have they learnt this? I know where they fucking learnt it. There's social justice, gender studies, anything that ends with studies at university has fucked these people's brains.
And if you're black, then you're just going to talk about your struggles and
Did you hear that? If you're black, you're just going to talk about your struggles? Really? What about if you're on one of the STEM subjects? What about talking about nuclear physics? What about particle physics? What about fucking quantum physics? What about biochemistry, perhaps? Rather than your fucking struggles.
Yeah, your struggles or whatever you feel like, really. It's like,
oh, or whatever you feel like. Fuck this. Fuck these people. Jesus Christ. Don't let this happen. Call this shit out whenever you see it. Bye.